The lesson.
Oh yeah.
You know, fast forwarding the clock a little bit to, I think like 2010-ish, Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
I think you started. Did you put that crew together?
We put it together. We put it together, like, you know, all four of us. You know what I mean? So
who exactly is in Smash Brothers?
the Smash Brothers is Scotty Hinds, myself, Diem, and Murky, who sadly passed away in December just last year. So yeah, we basically what happened was Byron had to go back to England. Byron was in 9 High, so me and Scotty stayed. We hang out, you know, all the people in BT, you know, friends, you know, first and foremost, you know what I mean? So we're hanging out all the time anyway. We're hanging out with Reese and with Diem and Murky all the time, you know, just blazing and listening to music. We're huge fans of all the same stuff. We spit bars all the time together. It was, you know, it was only natural, you know what I mean? That we made a grime crew, you know what I mean? They were already spitting bars together. You know, me and Scotty were spitting bars together, so it was just worked out perfect, you know.
And did you say Murky's the homeboy that passed away?
Yeah.
And so, but Smash Brothers is obviously still...
Yeah. Well, the thing with Smash Brothers is it's never been like a prolific like release. Like we don't release a lot of music, you know what I mean? It's never been about that, because what we were always more about the live stuff, you know. And when we got together, it was kind of when we started getting together. It was just when dubstep was just popping off, you know. So there was all these huge raves happening around Melbourne and stuff, and around Australia and stuff, and we were the only MCs that really could spit on it. And for us, it was our only outlet to spit on something that was slightly like grime. So we just concentrated on doing parties and raves, and you know, it wasn't about releasing music. We've hardly released any music really over the years, you know what I mean? And we doubt we will do, you know what I mean? Just have more fun just doing live stuff, you know what I mean? So we've got some stuff coming, but you'll probably never see a Smash Brothers album, you know, even though we've probably got an album's worth of tracks sitting there. But it's not been that kind of priority, you know what I mean? It's a collective of friends, you know what I mean, that we you know, we play raves at more so, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so even though you've got that whole collection of music, you
Yeah.
guys don't think that you'll put that out at any point in time?
Who knows? Every MC's probably got fucking shitloads of stuff
That they're sitting
lying
on.
around, sitting around, that is never going to see the light of day, you know what I mean? You know, it's difficult with, you know, Murky stuff. Like, obviously, you know, you don't want to put out stuff that he wouldn't have been happy with, you know, but equally you don't want to lock it away. So, you know, it's still raw and, you know, pretty recent. So we've not really been able to sit down and really go through everything, because you know, there's stuff recorded all over the place, like studios all around Australia. You know what I mean? So many people have got stuff sitting on their computers of ours. So at one point in the future, we'll sit down and go through it all, and we'll get something together. But at the moment, it's not something we're
All
really
live performances.
Yeah. We're just taking it easy. You know what I mean? Like I've had a very quiet start to the year. This first 6 months, I haven't really been in music mode, and it's been, you know, I've kind of just wanted to take a little bit of a back seat. Obviously, the stuff with Murky was you know, a big thing that kind of knocked me for six a little bit. But then you look at Scotty, completely gone the other direction, and he's flying the flag for all of us right now. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of snapped him into like just going and just banging out tune after tune. He's been prolific at the moment. He's got, you know, just dropped an EP 2 weeks ago. He's got another 2 coming, like videos all over the place. You know, it's sick to see. So
getting busy. Now, 50/50 Grime. That's a brand that you co-founded.
Yeah, me, Affix, and Arctic. So Affix and Arctic are DJs. Affix used to run a night called Heavy In It, which was like a dubstep night and kind of bass heavy music. And I was the MC for it. I was the resident, and I was always hassling to play more grime. And eventually we decided to start just a solely grime night. So that started in 2011. And I think that was the first grime night in the country, I'd say, like just nothing but grime and done properly. You know, I had a vision of how I wanted it to be. You know, I've been to some grime nights here that are fucking shit, and don't represent how I you know, the authentic vision I have for what it should be. You know what I mean? So I wanted, you know, when we first did it, a lot of people kind of didn't get what we were doing. You know what I mean? Like if you come to a grime show and you've never been to one and you're used to hip hop shows, it's completely different. You know, and so we're finally getting to a stage where people are understanding it now. You know what I mean? But it was a hard slog for a while. But yeah, it's been going 7 years. 7 years now. Jeez, yeah.
And so, how often are you throwing these parties?
Real sporadically. Like it's not like every week, every month, or something like that. I've tried doing regular nights, and it's just, you know what I mean. I'm not a promoter. I don't like putting on nights. It's not something I enjoy doing. The only reason I did the 50-50 was that we needed an outlet. Like if we didn't do it, then, you know, there was going to be no outlet for us to really do what we wanted to do. It was all well and good going and jumping up at dubstep raves, but that wasn't really what we wanted to do. You know what I mean? So we're like, fuck it, we've got to just do it ourselves. So they're kind of like they were going like 4 times a year, because there's a lot involved, and that sounds like not much. There's a fucking lot involved. You know, sometimes you have like 30 people on the lineup from all over the country. You know, and I do like Avix and Arctic are not. They'll DJ, but I kind of do everything for these fully gas nights. So it gets a bit stressful at times. Like we haven't had one for a few months now, and to be honest, I probably don't see one on the horizon for the moment. Just like I said, I'm just taking it easy, taking a bit of a back seat for a while. You know what I mean? So I've put a lot of time and effort into this stuff over the years, and you know, just need a little bit of a break.
The lesson. 2-7. Oh yeah.